As part of the Green Talks, an initiative by the Adanis to encourage social entrepreneurship, there are 4 startups will be getting funding support. These are Dharavi Market, an organization based out of Dharavi working on various crafts, including leatherwork, embroidery and more. Gen Robotics, which is a company that invented a device by the name of Bandicoot to clean manholes and save sanitation workers. RoboBionics, which has designed the artificial robotic hand grippy, which is a 3D printed prosthetic hand with a sense of touch and multi-grip control for those who have lost their limbs. And finally, iCure TechSoft, which delivers door-to-door healthcare in extreme and far-flung rural areas through its innovative hub and spoke model through village community health workers who are trained and equipped through technology. Let's quickly listen in to some reactions on the story. First up, Aniket Doegar.
My name is Aniket. I'm born and brought up in Shimla and then studied in Shri Ram College of Commerce. But apart from commerce, my interest was always in policy, grassroots development. And that's what led me to join Teach for India. And the photograph that you see here are the students that I taught, grade 2 students in a Pune Municipal Corporation school for 2 years. 130 students, 100 of them today are in college. That for me is my biggest achievement so far, surpassing anything that we do at Hagdarshak. The Teach for India trigger is what led me to go deeper into the development sector and understand what are the grassroots problems that our citizens in a country face. And one of them, critical ones, was this. India, as a country, we are a socialist democracy. So we have 20,000 plus social welfare schemes of states and center. This is 13,000 of them are registered with NPCI. The budget is 10% of our GDP, which is great. And in the next 10 years, as we become a $10 trillion economy, this will become $1 trillion. But it is still very low compared to OECD countries. OECD countries spend 28%. 20 lakh crores, 20 lakh crore was the budget last year for social security schemes. Out of this, 80% actually is credit subvention to MSMEs, farmers and citizens. So sometimes on Twitter, what you see as a freebie narrative is actually not true. Cash transfer is only 20%. Government subsidies are supposed to support that grassroots entrepreneur, that grassroots farmer and individual with cash loan subsidies. India, Bharat, is also a 10-40-50 country. 10% of us, 40% people who work for us, and 50% are farmers. What we are doing at Hagdarshak is solving for that 90%, the 125 crore people who are eligible for these government schemes. The problem? Less than 25% know about this eligibility. So in 2015, we started Hagdarshak. We ourselves are a product of the government Startup India program and Digital India mission. We were incubated here in IIM Ahmedabad. We won the grant, then we went to IIT Delhi, NASSCOM, won some competitions, won some money to get started in the platform. Haq in Urdu means your rights. Sanskrit, in Sanskrit, Darshak means the individual or the organization which shows you the path. That's how Hagdarshak comes together. It's a technology platform which supports and helps citizens get information on their government schemes. We started this in 2016 January as a registered startup, for-profit enterprise, and the reason to set it up as a private limited company was to build a scalable, sustainable, agile, technology-driven solution. And how do we ensure that our fellow countrymen get all the government schemes and documents that they are eligible for?
Our job is to provide energy to the last mile. And I hope I bring some more energy to the room. We are a solar organization, but I'm not going to talk about solar. That we can learn better from you. Let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the bigger picture.
Sitting in this room is doing such incredible work, and that really motivates us to dream big. पर कोई भी बड़ा काम सोचने के लिए अपने गांव के साथियों को तो साथ में लेके चलना होगा ना. And that's what at Adani we really understand the role of infrastructure has towards nation building. And we are over here to build that infrastructure for the last mile. We've developed some innovative technologies that look at providing solutions across the development spectrum. We are also making it more smart, integrating IoT. But here, making the product is only a small part of the problem. What we look to do is really how we are able to effectively reach to the last mile and serve the bottom of the pyramid. And one of the main problems, as we've all encountered with solar, is the after-sale service. And especially when it goes to rural areas, so how we are being able to train technicians at a local level that is able to provide cost-effective and quick service. And particularly, we look to see how we can make it more affordable, because our main goal is how we can make solar affordable and accessible to the underserved population. And that's where, let's take the case of some examples. It's not possible for a farmer to immediately buy an expensive capex for a solar pump. So we get a rural entrepreneur who's operating the pump and selling on a pay-per-use basis. Similarly, we create different joint liability groups, so there's not one burden on a particular family, and that gets spread out, and that group also becomes a little bit more bankable. Now, can we imagine how many of us would be able to afford a car if there was no loan available? Very few of us. So can we expect that the farmer will be able to get a loan for a solar pump or a solar system? And if we go to a branch manager, the branch manager will say, "Arey Baba, ये तो बहुत रिस्की है, पता नहीं चलेगा नहीं चलेगा क्या होगा, उसके ऊपर में इनके पास तो पैसे ही नहीं है, मेरा लोन का रिकवरी होगा कि नहीं होगा, मैं तो नहीं देता हूँ भाई इस पे लोन." So what does the farmer do? And that's how our innovative financing models, wherein we've leveraged first loss default guarantee corpus, with which we've tied up with multiple banks that are giving loans. Also, these group models are making them more bankable. So we're working on different ways with integrating different government subsidies and then the loan is on the balance amount of the system. So those are different financial innovations that really make it much more affordable. So I would like to talk more about our impact stories that we've done for different things. So especially when it comes to agriculture and livelihoods, our main goal is how we can achieve more crop per drop, along with doubling farmers' income. And with that, I would just like to share a small snippet of
ডিজেল
what the
মেশিন ছিল,
farmer has
তো
to say.
অতদিন আমরা জল উঠাতে পারছি না, সময়ে তেল কিনতেও মানে পয়সা জুটতো না, তো এই সোলার বসার পর এটাতে তার তেল।
I think we all know that sound that annoys you while you're working from home, that keeps you awake sometimes, even your sleepless nights, makes you sick and also your family vulnerable. Yes, I'm talking about mosquito. Mosquito is a very small, tiny being, but it has become dangerous and deadly to human beings because it transfers vector-borne diseases like malaria, dengue, chikungunya, making millions of people sick and more than 7 lakh people dying every year. Even though there has been significant increase in medical care, we are unable to save a lot of lives. Not just lives, it is also putting a huge dent on the finances of people, especially the poor, making the livelihood much, much harder. So this is the case not just in all over the world, especially in India, especially in the rural regions, you would see a lot of people being affected by mosquitoes leading to diseases. I come from a city of lakes. We have a lot of beautiful lakes. They also unfortunately become the breeding grounds for the mosquitoes. Every year, especially during rainy season, municipality workers work really hard to clean this lake and spray larvicides. As you could see, they work day and night for days and sometimes weeks to clean the lake and spray the larvicides to control the mosquitoes. But still, it's a slow, tedious, and to an extent sometimes dangerous process because it's being done manually. That is when we thought, being engineers and entrepreneurs, kuch jugaad karte, we'll try to do something. And that is when we came up with a drone which has a 10 liters again some sound. That is the sound of the solution that we have discovered. And that is the drone which can solve the problem that we were hearing in the start. So we made a drone with a 10 liters capacity. With the help of municipality workers, you could load the solution into this drone and fly the drone over the lakes and spray the larvicide to control the mosquito breeding. What takes days and weeks could be done in hours. What takes lakhs of money could be done in thousands. And most importantly, it is fast, it is scalable, and it saves a lot of money and it's economical. And as you could see,
I think at the onset, thanks to the Adani Green Talks team for researching us, for inviting us. Special thanks to Mr. Srini for reaching out to me and making this platform available for entrepreneurs to be able to reach out to the world. So a big thank you and a big shout out to everybody here. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Monish Ahuja, the promoter, chairman, managing director of Prespal, Punjab Renewable Energy Systems Private Limited. And we work in the space of farm agri residue to bioenergy. And I'm consciously using the word energy because the paradigm has shifted from electricity to energy. However, what we do uniquely is stop the open field burning of farm agri residue. And to give you the flavor, most of us sitting here, North India, Pan-India, this is what we are today. Grey-black lungs. It should be pink.
श्याम सिंह जी हैं, ये श्याम सिंह जी के बेटा जी हैं और ये श्याम सिंह जी के पोता जी हैं। श्याम सिंह जी के पोते श्याम सिंह जी से बड़े अलग हैं। वो सी फॉर कंप्यूटर जानते हैं, सी फॉर कैट नहीं जानते, डी फॉर दूरदर्शन नहीं जानते, वाई फॉर यूट्यूब जानते हैं, फेसबुक व्हाट्सएप में काफ़ी दिलचस्पी रखते हैं, काफ़ी अलग हैं। बहुत रफ्तार है, बहुत टेक्नोलॉजी है बेटा जी की, पोता जी की ज़िंदगी में। पोता जी कभी कभी श्याम सिंह जी से पूछते हैं कि दादाजी क्या मैं भी आप ही की तरह और पापा की तरह साइकिल पे ही रहूँगा, मेरी भी ज़िंदगी 5-6 किलोमीटर में ही सीमित रहेगी आप दोनों की तरह। तो श्याम सिंह जी कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं कि क्या जवाब दें इसका। श्याम सिंह जी अकेले नहीं हैं, अभी भी इंडिया में 50% हाउस होल्ड्स में यही साइकिल एकमात्र कम्यूटिंग का साधन है। 50%। सिर्फ एक यूपी की बात करूं, यूपी की पॉपुलेशन इज़ लार्जर देन जर्मनी, तो अभी 75% लोग अभी भी साइकिल पे चलते हैं। 75% जो जिसका चलने का साधन है, कोई अगर व्हील चेयर में है वो आधे किलोमीटर में ही उसकी दुनिया है, कोई अगर पैदल है 3 से 4 किलोमीटर में ही जॉब है, घर है, वर्क है। साइकिल आ जाती है 5-6 किलोमीटर तक लोग जाने लगते हैं, बस वही उनकी दुनिया है। हम क्या इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, क्या डेवलपमेंट की बात करें अगर वो उस तक पहुंच ही नहीं सकता। अगर इसी दायरे को, उसके ट्रैवल के दायरे को अगर हम 40 किलोमीटर कर दें, 50 किलोमीटर कर दें, वो सब इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तक, सब डेवलपमेंट तक, हेल्थ केयर तक, स्कूल तक, बैंक तक, सब तक पहुंच सकता है। अब ऐसा नहीं है कि ये प्रॉब्लम आपको या मुझे, मैंने डिस्कवर किया है, या आपको नहीं पता, या श्याम सिंह जी को नहीं पता, या करोड़ों लोगों को नहीं पता। ऐसा भी नहीं है कि वो अपग्रेड नहीं करना चाहते, वो अपग्रेड करें कैसे। एक 5,000 की साइकिल है, उसके बाद सीधा 40,000 का स्कूटर है, एक्टिवा, स्प्लेंडर सब 1 लाख का हो गया। ये अपग्रेड करें तो करें कैसे। इसका एक छोटा सा सल्यूशन, मेरी एक छोटी सी कोशिश, एक मेरी इन्वेंशन है जिसका नाम है डीवेक, यानी कि ध्रुव विद्युत इलेक्ट्रिक कन्वर्जन किट। इस प्रॉब्लम को जड़ से सॉल्व करने के लिए मेरी छोटी सी कोशिश है, और ये क्या कर सकती है, क्या इम्पैक्ट ला सकती है, एग्जैक्टली कैसे ये प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करेगी, ये बस सिर्फ एक 2 मिनट का वीडियो है, देखते हैं।
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.